Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th Canto, Chapter 9, text number 8. Tvaddhattaya vayunayedam achashta vishwam supta prabuddha ivanata bhavat prapannaha tasyapavargya sharanam tava padamulam vismaryate krita vidha khatam artha bandho. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O my Master, Lord Brahma is fully surrendered unto you. In the beginning you gave him knowledge, and thus he could see and understand the entire universe, just as a person awakens from the sleep and visualizes his immediate duties. You are the only shelter of all persons who desire liberation, and you are the friend of all who are distressed. How therefore can a learned person who has perfect knowledge ever forget you? Purport. The Supreme Personality of Godhead cannot be forgotten even for a moment by his surrendered devotees. The devotee understands that the Lord's costless mercy is beyond his estimation. He cannot know how much he is benefited by the grace of the Lord. The more a devotee engages in devotion service of the Lord, the more encouragement is supplied by the energy of the Lord. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that to those who are constantly engaged in devotion service with love and affection, the Supreme Personality of Godhead gives intelligence from within, and thus they make further progress. Being so encouraged, the devotee never forget at any moment the Personality of Godhead. You always feel obliged to him for having achieved increased power in devotion service by his grace. Saintly persons like Sanaka, Sanatana and Lord Brahma were able to see the entire universe by the mercy of the Lord, through knowledge of the Lord. The example is given that a person may apparently abstain from sleep all day, but as long as he is not spiritually enlightened, he is actually sleeping. He may sleep at night and perform his duties in the daytime, but as long as he does not come to the platform of working in spiritual enlightenment, he is considered to be always sleeping. Devotee therefore never forgets the benefit derived from the Lord. The Lord is addressed here as Artha Bandhu, which means friend of the distressed. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, after many births of executing severe austerities in search of knowledge, one comes to the point of real knowledge and becomes wise, and one surrenders unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Mayavadi philosopher who does not surrender unto the Supreme Person is understood to be lacking in real knowledge. The devotee in perfect knowledge cannot forget his obligation to the Lord any moment. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. So, Dhruva Maharaj's prayer continues. Tvaddhattaya vinayedam achashta vishwam supta prabuddha ivanata bhavat prapannaha tasyapavargya sharanam tava padamulam vismaryate krita vidha kutam artha bandho. He says, O my Master, praying to the Supreme Lord who is before him. O my Master, Lord Brahma, because he is surrendered to you, you gave him knowledge, and thus he could see and understand the entire universe. And this is compared to how a person awakens from sleep and then he realizes his actual situation and visualizes his immediate duties. Once one understands who he is and that he is a servant of the Lord, immediately the next thought that comes is, what is my duties? How shall I serve the Lord? Then he says, you are the only shelter of all those who are seeking freedom from this material energy or liberation. And you are the friend of all distressed. So a person who is learned, who has this perfect knowledge, cannot forget you even for a moment. So this is the state of having awakened one's eternal connection with Krishna. How artificially the mind in this material world creates so many connections that we feel that we are one with or inseparable from my father, mother, children, wife. How naturally we feel that, they are mine. But that is Maya. The feeling is almost like spiritual feeling. What is spiritual feeling? Spiritual feeling is what here Dhruva Maharaj is saying, that they cannot forget you even for a moment. One who has this knowledge. Already we saw last two verses, how Dhruva Maharaj is recognizing that the Lord has entered his senses and enlivened him, very specifically with internal energy of the Lord. And before that he makes a statement that every living entity's senses are enlivened in a material way, that also because of the three modes of material nature, like a fire burning in a wood. The Lord's external energy is burning, creating different shapes of flames. Similarly, the material energy is agitated by the three modes of material nature and is creating different kinds of life effects, of fruitive activities, sense gratification. All these life symptoms are created by the subtle body, in the subtle body. The whole subtle body is animated to be like a real person. That is why the living entity in this body, as a Kshetrajna, he immediately believes, I am this body. He doesn't have to do anything. He is not animating this body. The presence of the super soul is animating this body automatically. Like the energy in a firewood, how it burns. In the same way, different varieties of flames of three modes of material nature. Dhruva Maharaj describes that first. That means he sees how even in the material world, nobody can separate himself from God. And then now with that vision, he says that how can anybody forget you, even for a moment? Because he has no strength without him. He cannot think, feel, he cannot experience life without the Lord. Just like the movie ends, you cannot experience. You are experiencing a movie because of somebody is running the movie. So who is running that movie sitting in our heart? Paramatma. The Lord in the heart is running this movie. This story of I am this body and everything around me is mine. Other people are their bodies. So this whole duplicate life, each of our stories revolving around the idea that I am this body, makes us forget Krishna. But once one understands, here it is said, Supta Prabodha, very important. One has to awaken his consciousness. Krishna consciousness is in his consciousness, but he has to awaken. Awaken means it exists. There's no question of artificially creating any relationship with Krishna, because Krishna's relationship with Krishna is not artificial. It is the Surupa of the living entity. Jivera Surupa hai. Jivera Surupa hai Krishna Nitya Dasa. We are eternal. That is our Surupa. So, not a single moment can a person who surrendered to Krishna can forget him. And he is ever grateful to him. And here Prabhupada says wonderful things. The Supreme Personality of Godhead cannot be forgotten even for a moment by surrendered devotees. Because the Lord is a maintainer, Lord is a protector, Lord is a provider of all the devotees. For all the karmis also, He is a protector, maintainer, protector and provider. But He is doing all that indirectly through guna, kala and karma. Because He has to be fair. He cannot provide for one and not provide for the other. There are so many people who are starving. So some He is providing, some He is not providing. So this is not His direct action. He is providing and not providing. That action is carried out by the three modes of material nature as per guna, kala and karma. Whereas a devotee, guna, kala, karma may be acting, but that guna, kala and karma is changed to whichever way the Paramatma wants, and he personally maintains the devotees. And he personally protects the devotees, he personally provides for the devotees. So that is how can the Supreme Personality cannot be forgotten even for a moment by his surrendered devotees. This is called Shraddha. The devotee understands that Lord's causeless mercy is beyond his estimation. These are not simply saying. The devotee means the devotee experiences Krishna in his life. Because he experienced Krishna in his life, he can genuinely make this statement that your causeless mercy is beyond my estimation. He cannot know how much he is benefited by the grace of the Lord. I cannot calculate what all you have done to me. Because I don't know my story. You know my story. How many lives, what all the story you know. Now you are keeping me as a devotee. So I cannot estimate what all you have done to me. The more a devotee engages himself in devotional service of the Lord, the more encouragement is supplied by the energy of the Lord. When the devotee's life and soul is to engage in devotional service of the Lord, to engage in the devotional service of the Lord, you need Lord's energy. And the Lord inconceivably reciprocates and provides all energies for the devotee to continue his devotional service. Correct? How we are running a very big temple here. Not a small thing. You know how much is our power bill? Huh? How much is our cleaning bill? Any idea? Power bill is about 10 lakhs per month. Cleaning is almost about 25 lakhs per year, per month. Somewhere around that. This temple cannot run without 40 crores per year. Is anybody thinking? Including me? We don't think. It's not a joke. We are just running around. In the material world, to get this much money, without working in factories, without doing business, all anxiety, without all that anxiety, not possible. We should open our eyes. The more the devotee engages himself in devotion service of the Lord, the more encouragement is supplied by the energy of the Lord. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says to those who are constantly engaged in devotion service, love and affection, the Supreme Personality of Godhead gives intelligence from within, and thus they may make further progress. Being so encouraged, the devotee can never forget at any moment the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because he knows he is swimming in the ocean of mercy of the Lord. He is not outside, he is swimming in the ocean of the mercy of the Lord. He always feels obliged to him for having achieved increased power in devotion service. Devotee, when they chant, they associate with the holy name, they associate with the deities, associate with prasadam. They feel spiritual power to serve the Lord more. They will feel spiritual purity. That is meaning of increased power in devotion service. Prabhupada says purity is a force. So, increased power, empowerment. For doing Lord's work, He will empower. Increased power in devotion service by His grace. So, we not only, grateful to the Lord that somehow one temple is maintaining, but we go on without thinking, open more and more temples. Right? This is Prabhupada's formula. So it goes on increasing. Everything in the spiritual world should always increase. Ever expanding. Anandam abuddhi vardhanam. The bliss of the chanting of the holy name is like an ocean without boundary. Anandam abuddhi vardhanam. Buddhi vardhanam. A ocean without boundary. Similarly, devotion service to the Lord is an ocean without boundary. As long as he lives, he goes on thinking how to expand the service of the Lord. He doesn't think about the energy of the Lord. Lord will give the energy will come, Hare will come to serve Krishna. Hare will empower us to serve Krishna. Radharani will empower us to serve Krishna. These are all experienceable things in Srila Prabhupada's movement. Srila Prabhupada very mercifully gave us a grand opportunity to directly experience in this ocean of Satchidananda. So we are very, very fortunate. This temple is not under the external energy, it is under the internal energy of the Lord. He always feels obliged to him for having achieved increased power in devotion service by his grace. The devotee always remembers that whatever power I have to serve the Lord is coming from him. He never thinks I am powerful, because he knows that the owner of all power is Krishna. I myself belong to Krishna. I am owned by Krishna. First of all, I should not claim I am mine. Okay, that way first Maya. Next is all the possessions are mine, second Maya. Saintly persons like Sanaka Sanatana Brahma were able to see the entire universe by the mercy of the Lord to the knowledge of them. The example is given that a person may apparently abstain from sleep all day, but as long as he is not spiritually enlightened, he is actually sleeping. He may sleep at night and perform his duties in daytime, but as long as he is not come to the platform of working in Krishna consciousness, he is considered to be always sleeping. What is waking up in Krishna consciousness? Waking up in Krishna consciousness means very, 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 intellectually it's very easy to understand. Very easy to define this waking up. Because this sleep is caused by one particular thing. That you undo, you wake up. Nothing is Maya. Body is not Maya. Mind is not Maya. Panchabhuta is not Maya. Your actions are not Maya. What is Maya? You consider, I am this body. This is a seed of Maya. This is the heart of Maya in us. What is that? I am this body. Around this body, then because my nature is Satchidananda. So I try to enjoy my body. Right from childhood, this is what everybody is born. By default, because we are in the Maya's world. The day we are born, Maya starts educating us. In the story that I am this body. All the meaning in life is connected to I am the body. The cobweb of relationship is created. I am this body. So that is why it is said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, if you awaken that I am eternal servant of Krishna, gone. The center is gone. All collapses. That center is called false ego. So false ego is the cause of the dream. Is the cause of the sleep. What is real ego? Jivera Swarupo hai Nitya Krishna Dasa. My eternal function as eternal loving servant of the Lord, as a marginal energy of the Lord, I am energy of the Lord. Like this. Yeah. All kinds of things, right from childhood. From baby onwards. There's no other choice. It's not that, suddenly somebody is, except, case of Prahlad. Said Graham and the Kupam. Why Graham is centered around? I am the body. I am the body. The other body is my wife. The other bodies are my children. So it's a Graham and the Kupam. And the Kupam means dark well. Because why dark? Why says that well? Well means you cannot see too far. Small boundary. Dark well. So when you say, when your life is centered on I, my business, my family, my children, and maybe little newspaper. Maximum. Right? This is called Graham and the Kupam. So like that, you cannot see beyond your skin relationship. Interest, you cannot see interest beyond your skin's relationship. That is why it's called well. Coming out of the well means, I am nobody, I am not this body, I'm not eternally connected to anybody. These are all temporary relationships. Krishna is a Lord in everybody's heart. See where it goes. Our vision, our relationship goes beyond body. Our relationship goes to the Lord and the Lord in all jivas. Very entire, you see the whole existence as Krishna's infinite family. All jivas are belonging to Krishna. They're all is part and parcel. Temporarily engaged in different bodies, trapped in different bodies. So the Lord, the devotee never forgets the benefit derived from the Lord. This is called gratitude. That's why one mala should be for Kritagna mala. You want the bhavana of Kritagna? This one first paragraph of this purport you read every day. And one mala with full bhavana you can chant. Kritagna. Read, understand more. How each line is true. You understand? So as soon as you start that mala, your foreground mind is chanting and hearing. The foreground mind is doing. And your background mind is feeling, not thinking. Suppose this paragraph you read and you chant. That means you are involved in thinking. Like I am now thinking about this. Now I am thinking, I am not doing japa. I am thinking about this. By thinking 10 times about it, it goes inside it, it becomes a feeling, bhavana. So during japa, only bhavana will come. Bead after bead, Kritagna to the Nama Prabhu. There is nothing. If you turn the other way in our life, the Hare Krishna Nama Prabhu cannot be forgotten even for a moment by surrendered devotees. The devotee understands that Nama Prabhu's costless mercy is beyond his estimation. He cannot know how much he is benefited by the grace of Hare Krishna Nama Prabhu. The more a devotee engages himself in devotional service of Nama Prabhu, the more encouragement is supplied by the energy of the Nama Prabhu. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Nama Prabhu says that to those who are constantly engaged in devotional service with love and affection, the Supreme Personality of Godhead gives intelligence, dadami buddhi yogam tam vitin. So being encouraged, devotee can never forget even for one moment the Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. Because He is our God. Who is our God? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Why? He is available, so easily accessible. God who is near you, you take God who is near you. Kali Kale Krishna Nama Rupa Avatara. He always feels obliged to Him for having achieved increased power in devotion service by His grace. Like that. So, this is directly applicable to us because we are relating with the Nama Avatara. We are all recipients of extraordinary mercy and grace of Nama Avatara. Today what we are is because of Nama Avatara. You stop chanting and see, all this will go away. All your good qualities, all your consciousness will go away. To read only Prabhupada's book and take the mercy of the Lord, you need more purity. To meditate on the Lord's form in the mind and to receive the mercy, it takes more purity. But to simply utter Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, hear the sound, you get all the mercy. So devotees want to progress in spiritual life, you should understand, utmost focus I should give in worshipping the holy name. Any question?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Sometimes I might offend Vaishnava, although unknowingly, although my intentions were not to, and vice versa also. That is through my actions and speech, and vice versa also. Some devotees, I get offended when I see them, their actions or speech. How do I deal in such situations?
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us the instruction, Trinadapi Sunityana Turorapi Saishnu, Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. Why do we get insulted? We get insulted because we have created an expectation from others how they should treat me. It is natural. In the social world, it is natural. In the course of social intercourse, this is all possible. It's very natural because we are dealing with the minds. Some expectations are there. But as far as devotees are concerned, when that expectation is broken by somebody, they insult you, they disrespect you. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's formula is, if you keep your expectations very low, amanina manadena. That means, I do not expect any respect from anybody. All problems are created because of expectations. You set very high standard. Oh, I am a big fellow. And immediately some small fellow insults you. If you are thinking, I am a small fellow insults you. What is that? I am also small, he is also small. I am big, he is insulting me. The solution to not get hurt is to be humble. Don't expect. Then you may say, hey, it looks very artificial here. How can he insult me? Devotee should think that nothing comes without a reason. The devotee's attitude is, I have done something to him sometime, some life, therefore he is insulting me. Chodo. I deserve. Not only he does not expect respect, but he also in his heart he thinks, I deserve this insult. Ho gaya, problem is solved. Very happy man. Why did you do that? I don't deserve that. These two reasons are the one that keeps you in misery. So we should not expect, then we can remain very peaceful. If the person is disrespecting and is harming you, starts harming your devotion service, you have to protect your devotion service. But depends on who. No devotee will disturb one's devotion service. Otherwise, some devotee will think, oh, authority is not giving this service to me. He is stopping my devotion service. So now I need not be humble. No, it's not for that. Because the very fact that what is your devotion service coming from the authority, there itself you have done a mistake. Out of pride you are thinking, Krishna must be having some plan to change your service through the authority system, to purify you, and then you are rebelling against it. So that's how we take insult from others. Now as far as insulting others are concerned, disrespecting others are concerned, we have to change our perspective, how we look at others, especially Vaishnavas. What to speak of Vaishnavas, how you look at others also very important, non-devotees also. Materially something is due to them, due to their karma. That's all granted by Krishna only. So I should not become envious of anybody. I should not simply criticize anybody. So we should follow this policy of not finding fault, not criticizing. Then we will not offend. I cannot understand. That better make that statement, I cannot understand the devotee. Leave it. Now this is the philosophy. Now when it comes to practical life, in practical life, each of these rules can be practiced. Okay, now whatever the two things I said is a pure platform, pure devotee platform. Obviously, we all know that we are not on that platform. Therefore, somebody insults, we get agitated. Isn't it? So, we have to bring in the concept of duty. What is my duty in these circumstances? Is to retaliate? Or here is a devotee who is doing wrong. Is my duty there to criticize him? No, it's not there. I am not saying that is wrong or is right, or I am not making any judgment on that. Is it my duty first of all? The scriptures warn that if I find fault, it is a very dangerous mentality. So why I should jump around and find fault with everybody? Even if a duty is given to me, your authority, you please find fault with those who are under you, to correct them. That is the meaning of Vaishnava Sangha. One is always corrected. So devotee who is correcting should always think that it is my duty. As a servant I am doing. I am serving this devotee by actually finding fault with him. The guru finds fault, he is serving the disciple, is it not? The guru chastises, he is serving the disciple. Similarly, that system is there, that system, the devotee should think that he is very much within all this system. So if he is chastised, then he should not think that, that means I am, in his eyes, my estimation has gone down. Why? Don't gone down or gone up. If you gone down, it is gone down. You have to come up. Your estimation is gone down in the authority's mind. There is no use of artificial high estimation. Let my authorities think of me due to my real qualities. Keep me in esteem because of my real qualities. The very fact that he is chastising me means now I should come up to another level. So like that, the devotees, this whole humility, interrelationship with devotee is a very, very sensitive thing. It is not in black and white. You cannot apply interpersonal things or offenses, whether it is an offense, it's not an offense, whether it is duty or what is the attitude. All these things are very much important. No simple rule to determine offense. Our heart should be clean towards other devotees or other living entities. I have no envy against anybody. I have no pride against anybody. We should tell this every day. That's why Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur says you beat the mind with the shoes and the broom every day, morning and evening. What does the shoe, when you hit somebody with the shoe, what does it mean? You are so low. Like broom and hit him. You are so low. So when you do this exercise morning and evening, the first principle I told you, you are so low. Nobody can hurt you. If you think you are low, nobody can hurt you. Any other question?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. We know that the source of all the Shaktis, that is required to perform devotional activities, certain activities in Krishna consciousness, comes from the japa only, right? Mainly from the japa, right? But what happens is when japa is somehow or other, when japa is not good, I mean, we feel that japa, because of some certain bodily disease or some troubles, bodily internal troubles. So if japa is not good, then the source, that is the Shakti in other activities, reading or other dealings and other things, so it gets affected by that. So how do we, because even the entire mood of the entire day gets affected if chanting is not good.
Yeah, it gets affected. Therefore, one has to believe the body is also under the control of the holy name. Keeping the body in condition to chant is also mercy of the holy name. Nothing is out of the control of the holy name. If a devotee gets sick, first he should have full faith in the holy name, then go to the doctor. Thinking that maybe this is the doctor that the holy name wants me to. They are only instruments. So in that way, the body is, you are not thinking that you are maintaining your body. You should have full faith that Krishna is taking prasadam, Krishna is maintaining. And if something is wrong with the body, if something does not, the body gives me trouble, there will be many lessons for me from that. It is not out of control of Krishna. Why my disease is not going? Okay. Left to the Lord when He wants to take it to go or not make it go. Everything that our karma is dovetailed by Prabhupada and my Guru and Krishna for my spiritual benefit. So like that you have to transcend, He will force you to transcend your body and chant. So various situations. Ultimately bhakti is not hindered by any material circumstances. That is this principle of devotion service. The mind you can chant, softly you can chant. Throat has a problem. Continuously tongue can chant. And that subvocally you can hear, mantra by mantra you can hear. Without any shabda coming from outside. Haridas Thakur used to sing chant 1/3 silently, 1/3 of his rounds, 1 lakh names silently, 1 lakh name softly, and 1 lakh name whispering, and 1 lakh name loudly, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. And chanting 1 lakh name silently is very advanced, very advanced. Very advanced. Soul is directly chanting. So some people mistake, they tell, no, my Guru told me I should chant silently. They don't know the science of Krishna consciousness. Because there is nothing like silence. Your mind is always talking. Correct? So you are hearing your talk and not holy name. So if all your mind talk has stopped completely, your soul talk can begin. So that is silent chanting. Whispering, largely subtle body is involved. So with the help of the subtle body gets, that subtle body sound at that level purifies our subtle body. Then loudly we are chanting, our tongue, ears, whole bodily senses all get purified. So therefore in Kali Yuga, for everybody, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, loudly chant. Loudly chant. Any other question?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. But my question is like, whenever we do some work, it is said that we should start liking it. But when we consider it as a duty, so sometimes like duty means we should do it, whether we like it or not like it. And if we don't like it, then we can't take that work for a long time. So how to understand this, Prabhu? Like duty.
Anything not liking means tapasya. Human being has got the capacity for tapasya. So you should muster your tapasya, shakti, to do what you don't like. Especially when you are a new bhakta. That time your services are not based on your abilities, not based on your what you like, what you don't like. Everybody has to do the same thing. That time big tapasya will be there. In your house you would not have lifted your hand to do any work. But here you are asked to wash all the pots. Tapasya. But sometimes, we get surprised. A young boy is unable to wash deity's pots. Back is aching, hand is aching. Because in Kali Yuga, the parents have brought up the children very wrongly. So it is tapasya. You take the tapasya. What my guru likes, I will do. I don't like. To do what my guru likes, I have to take tapasya. To go on doing what my mind likes is total nonsense, not spiritual life at all. What my mind likes. That means what spiritual life you have started? Going on doing what I like. In the name of devotional service. You should get to hear from your authorities, what is the thing that I want me to do? Then tapasya begins. This is not the time. The sadhaka's time is not to do what he likes. When he becomes completely purified, then bhakti is in a natural state, what I like. Every moment you will be doing what you like. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.